Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In the last part, the focus was on Nuclear City and also building up our tourist industry. And things are going okay. I do have a problem with education, which I'm going to talk about in a little while, but let's talk about the positive side at the moment. We've actually managed to finish the nuclear fuel production process now. So we've got the uranium ore being produced coming down. We've got a fairly good stock of uranium ore in here, which is then being turned into uranium oxide, which is then being processed into UF6. Then in this factory here, that UF6 is actually being turned into nuclear fuel. You can see we've got a couple of containers stored in here already, but we can't actually use it until we've actually got the nuclear power plant finished. So we're making reasonable progress on this area here and this area here. In fact, this looks like it's almost in the final stages, so we should finish the cooling tower. The big problem at the moment is steel, because what I've been doing is pulling all the steel down into this area to get this nuclear power plant finished, and that's actually impacting the rest of my economy. And if I come up over here, I just want to give you a bit of an update on the tourist situation. And what I've actually done is I put in a mountain hotel in here just so that we could get some more tourists in, because we are making quite a lot of money from this. Come in and show you on the economy here. You can see at the moment we're still only on the 12th of August, and we've made 208,000 or 209, as much as it's going so fast, $260,000 on this. And personally, I've been looking at this as it's been rolling over the years, and I think it's a bit OP. I mean, to make $260,000 from effectively one hotel just seems a little bit, with a maximum of 93 guests, just seems a little bit over the top. Yes, I've got other attractions here, but if you actually look at what the price level is, they must be making a lot of visits to these different attractions to be able to generate that type of income. So I think maybe the devs need to take a look at that and maybe rebalance it a little bit. I've also got a problem here with my vehicle production plant, because what's happened is, if I show you here, I've issued move instructions to these trucks, but they won't leave the depot, and I can't see anything that's blocking the process here. I mean, I did have a couple of fire engines that were knocking around here. In fact, they seem to have gone. I don't know where they went. There was 2 fire engines here, but they seem to have moved. But my trucks, and if I try and move a car, yeah, I mean, I'm a bit worried that it has actually glitched out. And what I've actually done is I've brought a truck up. I can't remember where the truck's gone now. And I've been oh, there he is. See, he's picking up ambulances. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to send him. I think we got three slots here. Just going to send him there, because if he goes to one of these vehicle depots, he actually unloads the ambulances. So let's just go and see if he will unload those ambulances. Because if not, effectively my vehicle production is crippled. If he will go in here, what you should do when he parks up, will you unload? Okay, why won't that unload? You should be unloading vehicle truck. If I cancel that, okay, no space to unload vehicles. Okay, let me just. Okay, we're gonna have to send you all the way down to here then. Because he's got 4 on instead of 3. What we're gonna have to do is send you down to here. At the moment, that seems to be the only way I can actually get these vehicles out of this vehicle production plant, which is a little bit messy. So that's one problem I need to resolve, and I think what I'm inclined to do is, well, we'll just let them. We're not getting that much steel into here anyway, so we'll just let them carry on building cars. And hopefully, what if I can get the trucks out and then we can ship the cars, that might actually solve the problem. Now, the other problem I've also got is education. And probably the best way to illustrate it is if I can find a school. If you look in here, you'll see I've got lots of students outside. And more importantly, if I look at the actual school, you'll see there's a very high proportion of adults trying to get a basic education. And if I come into here, you'll see that I've got 16,000 uneducated people, but I've only got 11,765 children. That means I've got roughly 5,000 of the population who are uneducated. And if I go over to here, what you will see is, if I can find a school in here, where's the school? It's school here. Yes, if you see here that this school is not overwhelmed, and all, oh, it's famous last words, and you can see there's a few adults there. And if we click in here, see that this student is actually 9 years old, so this is still just children in these schools. But as I say, if I come up to here, what you will see is that we will get a pretty high proportion of actual adults who are 18 who are still trying to get a basic education. In fact, there's some, that one there is 26. So it goes to show that the education problem is all in this area here. And it's probably down to the fact that I put in so much growth in this area. Because if I mean, in some ways I put this town hall here, and it's not really showing the true population. Because it says the population here is 2,789. And I think that's down to the fact that this is not really covering the whole of the city here. So therefore, I think what I'm going to have to do is effectively limit the population in this area now, and maybe create a new town over there so I can get this process under control. So that's something I'm going to have to work on. As I say, I've got a school being built here which is nearly finished, and I've got another school down here which should be being built as well. And what we got is the new hotel that's being built there. So at the moment I'm limiting what is being built in this area, just to try, well, one, to conserve steel, and also just to see if I can get the education situation fixed. And if I show you also in here, we've also got 1,200 over 21s again. And let me just check here. I'm also having a few problems with my rail construction and not being particularly that intelligent with respect to the... Where's this? Yeah. Why are you not coming up here? So where are my two trains? You're actually on the way back. And where are you? You're out there. So they are actually building the track. It's just taking a little while to get there. And I think somebody actually raised a comment about this. They said that they got their economy up to a certain size, and trying to keep track of everything that's going on will be quite a big problem. And I think that's a pretty astute observation, actually, because one thing you do need with this game is to keep an eye on what's going on, but at the same time trying to keep track of what's going on can be a really big challenge. I don't think my truck has got out here yet. I think he's still on the way here. Let me just speed this up and go and see what's going on, just to make sure that he does drop off what he's going. And of course, what we're going to have to do is send him back to pick up some more. Yep, so he's dropped off. And what I've actually been doing is being a little bit optimistic. So if I pick you off now, back to the car dealer, and what I'm hoping is to move the cars to the car dealer. They seem to be more inclined towards moving the trucks over cars. So I really wish there was a mechanism where you could specify the vehicles that you want to carry. So we're still kind of churning out the cars here. Just want to go and check the steel. And what I've done over here is I've actually added another iron ore train to this. So if I come in here, You'll see that we've actually got 3 trains operating in this area now. 2 coming in from the iron mine, and a third one which is actually importing the iron ore from the custom shed. And the reason I'm doing that is just to keep the steel production going, because one thing I do need to do is keep my mechanical components running as well. If I should come back to the economy, I'll show you the exports. So you can see at the moment the real driving force at the moment is the mechanical components. Of course, I'm exporting a little bit of alcohol as well, but that is just now the surplus, because some of it is now being shipped to the hotels. Let's see what we're doing in the way of imports at the moment. You can see here how much oil. I'm also having to import oil as well at the moment, because my oil trains can't seem to keep up with the overall demand. In fact, I think what I've done now is I've actually filled this up. What that might do is actually slow the process down a little bit now. So many things to do, so many things to think about. And I just want to get back to Nuclear City, because I do want to plan this area. And again, the other thing I need to keep an eye on is actually the track being laid here. So we've got this track here. Got this here. Is this actually connected? I can't see any connection for here. No, this is actually not connected. I mean, probably the best way to do this would be to actually connect this directly to our new power station there. And if I can find it, I think if we can get this assigned, we'll give it to Bridge City. And it looks very much like the actual track construction stopped. Let me just go and see what's happening with that respect. Let me just see, where's the... Yeah, we're down to 1 job again. I think that's because this section of track has now been built. So what we can do is find this to this guy. He can start to lay the track out to here. Of course, we've got some tunnels here which are going to come through under here. What we got over here? Another school being built there. Some more work there. I mean, the population is actually holding up in this area now. And that's another reason why we're actually getting more and more of these over 21s, because I've got nowhere really to put them. So we're just about to finish our nuclear power plant. Got this here. Cooling tower not connected. These job guys actually... Yeah, so we actually need to build these. So we're just about to finish. Look at that. We have our nuclear power station all built up now. Of course, we won't power up now until we've got these built. Whoops. We need these built. Let me just check, make sure that... I think what we're going to do is we're going to put Nuclear City on these as well. This is the real priority job at the moment. Yeah, let's just put both on them. Get them built. And of course, the other thing I'm going to need now is an open hole truck to bring the fuel from here into our nuclear power station. So I have to go over. I need to find I need to find an open hole truck. Your refrigerated trucks. I've lost my other truck. I think I've got an open hole over here, haven't I? So I got one here. I'm just gonna flip all the way back over to here. And you're going to pick up. I assume that this is going to be able to work out exactly what needs to be carried. If not, I will sort that out once it comes. So I think the key factor first is to get the truck over here. This is being built quite nicely as well. We've got this there. I don't know if this has been assigned. Yes, it's been assigned. What's this up here? Oh, this is a vehicle depot I put out here. The idea is that this vehicle depot will take the trucks that I'm actually building, but at the moment we're not actually building anything as such. I think these can wait at the moment. Got no meat in there. How's the... Yeah, the food... It takes a long time for the food to get shipped out here. And that's another major cause for concern, because a couple of times the food has got quite low in this area. And I think this is one of the main problems, is that when your economy starts to get really big, is actually moving the goods around the map. I want to check my ore as well, because I've got a... Okay. Building is on fire. Okay, we've got fire here. We have plenty of fire coverage here to deal with that. Let me just check the oil. So I think the train is... I mean, there is enough fuel over here for one train. Just coming into here. I think what I could do now is... Where's the... I think where's my fuel train? There it is. I think what we could do at the moment is this fuel train is actually loading 100%. I think if we can drop this down to say about 50%, that may actually help things a little bit better. And of course we're getting the crops coming in now, so I just want to check the situation here. I think we still got some storage capacity here, so we're looking good. Of course, we also got the storage capacity over here. I think what's happening is, as fast as the crops are being brought into here, they're actually being shipped over to here. Let's just have a look at the population here. So overall, the population here is quite happy, and I think that also applies to this area here. Yeah, I mean, meat. Yeah, meat. I know meat's an issue game. And let's have a look at this. So we got our crops in on this silo. Got a few more fields over here that need to be picked up, and that is feeding the crops up to here, and that's looking good. So we've actually got our hotel here. Now, a little bit of a tip here: when you're working with these hotels, make sure that you actually put the food limit on, because what can happen is if one of these fills up, it actually blocks the other. And I can't remember. I've got a dedicated distribution office here somewhere, which is alcohol. This is the alcohol one. Yeah, this is the one that's delivering the food. So we're going to have to add food and meat to this one. And what that will mean is we'll get some more food and meat into here eventually, and then that will make everybody happy. We're actually bringing the meat down from this area here, although we're not really getting the levels of crops in that I would like. Where did that truck go? Let me just take a look. Here he is. Still wandering around with... Okay, we're just going to get you to drop off some more ambulances. This is crazy. As I say, if any of you got a solution for this, feel free to chuck it in the comments. because this is becoming painful. I think I've got enough slots for some ambulances there. I mean, I suppose technically what I could do is sell a couple of these ambulances. Probably never going to use them, so oh, we've got fire. Sell off some of these. Get a bit of profit from our car manufacturer. Okay, fire's extinguished, that's good. Right, let's just get back up here and check the education. I think I really do need to consolidate my economy at the moment before I start expanding in any other direction. I've got just so many other little jobs outstanding. Right, we've got this other school here working now. Hopefully that is going to... So we've still got some in the schoolyard. I think once the other school down here is online, that should actually start to spread the load out a little bit. Wow, got so many people walking around here. It's unbelievable. What's the... Yeah. And that's actually probably going to give me a food problem. We've still got a problem with meat. Quite a big problem with meats, I think. I do really need to get crops up, more crops into this area. Then again, I'm making so much money, I could actually import the crops to this warehouse. I mean, we could use a train that could bring the crops into this area. Maybe if I do this, increase this up a bit, they get 156 tons of crops into there. And then once these lines are finished, we can actually maybe import crops from the Western countries. Okay. It looks very much like this. The tunnel here is complete. Let's just check this. I just saw a construction train going there. Where? You're gonna be kidding me. So my construction train for my other construction shed is quite literally going round the other way. That's incredible. That's going to slow up the process. But then again, I don't really need to worry too much about what's going on here. So it looks very much like these are all finished. And we're now building this here. I think what's probably happened is that these have collided. It's actually building this bit of track here. Well, I think I know what's happened is that it's built this section, it's auto-detected this section, and because it can get out this end, it's actually built back this way. And this is something that can happen with the construction trains. But it looks like very much like he is actually... It looks very much like he can finish this and he will get the connection to here. How many jobs have I got here? So he's working on this section here. He's actually working back into this tunnel now. So what's the job progress on these tunnels? The tunnels are going good. So there's a very real possibility I will be able to connect all this up eventually. Probably not in this part, but in maybe the next part or the part after that. And I think once we've made all the connections in this area, the main route we've got to expand is out this way, because we've got a potential for a uranium mine up here and possibly some more farming up here. So what we'd probably do is build a town here that will feed the uranium mine and also maybe support and provide fire protection for farms up here. then those farms can actually come in and provide the crops to this area. Let me just go and check. Where is it? Okay. Why are you telling me there's no spaces? Spaces here. Okay, game, I concede defeat. Gonna launch you out again. See if we can get you picking up trucks and moving things again. Let me just see. Let's get back over to Nuclear City. So we now have power. You can see we've got, I mean, hopefully we'll be able to get enough fuel from here to keep this power station going. But of course we are getting nuclear waste, and we're going to have to try and find somewhere to put the nuclear waste. Let's just see, what are you working on now? You're just working on unfinished wires. I mean, what I would like to do is, and you've got a road as well. It's going to get you working on those. I think what we'll also do is add the support structures in here as well. And we got an empty block here. Now we could bring over a lot more residents to this area. We've got a schoolroom going now, which should improve our education. Main concern here is food. I mean, if I keep pushing the population up here, we may have a problem with food and supplies. We've got a little bit of meat. Okay, I think I'm going to go for it. Where was it? Over 21s. Where are you? And I'm probably going to have to come to here. Yeah, look at that. 48 in here. I think as somebody pointed out, that when I'm moving the citizens, I don't really have to worry too much about highly educated people, because if you look down here, virtually everybody in this block is educated. So what we should be doing is just moving into here a really large number of, wow, fill that up. And you see here, everybody here has got a university education. So when I was actually moving the population over here, I was probably being a little bit too paranoid. I mean, we're pretty good here. I mean, what else have we got here? Not unable to participate in sports. Okay, we got a sports ground there. Got a gymnasium here. I think maybe we need to have some sports. I think sport opera. I think we need some sport over this side of the map as well. So let me just get into here. Sports. School, sports playground. I actually quite like the idea of a bowling alley, and it's within range of the heating as well. So, but wow, that's and I think we can get an athletics club, maybe just on this corner. Nope. Okay, we'll put one athletics club just behind there. We'll put path out and up through there. That can hook there. If we can get a footpath across the back here, maybe just curve you in like that, and hook you up like that. Maybe take you out like that. Here comes the fire again. Maybe we'll just drop you around like that. Okay, that fire has been extinguished, so that's pretty good. And I do need to plan my oil field a bit more now. In fact, maybe we can do a little bit of that while I'm here. Bitumen oil. We don't really have that much in the way of oil here. A nice oil patch here. And another one down here. And we've got a really good one over here. Nothing on this corner. Maybe if I can put in. Now somebody did leave a comment about having these overlapping, and I've never really experimented that much with it. But I think we'll give it a little bit of a go here. And I think what we're going to do, try and speed this up a little bit. We're going to use dirt roads. Just work. Put in. Actually, I think we're playing with dirt roads and then oh, come off it, game. Yeah. Put you connection there. Put you connection there. And you can come there. Right, what we're going to need to do now is work out where we can put the pumping stations in. Because we're going to have a pumping station to connect up all the pipe work in here. Oops. Actually, wrong one. Pipe work. Right. Alright, got me. Fine. What we got? I put a pumping station about here. What we can do is come out here, up. And you can hook into there. You can up over to there. So that brings these three pumping stations into here, and what we got to do now is somehow get a connection to here. We just see how far. So it's going to need. So we're going to get about as far as here, maybe a little bit further, just about here. So I'm going to cancel that. So actually, I'm just going to try a mod. I've never really used this. I've got it a long time ago. Let's see if I can find it. It's a pump. It's a pump forwarding station, and maybe we can stretch it out a little bit further here, and then we'll just hook up the pipe here. And come to there. If I flip back to the mod again, actually, see how far and send this pipeline. Yeah, we're gonna have to a little bit. Still causing an obstruction. Okay, we've got hills through here, so we're gonna have a bit of a problem. What we're going to do is put another. These look like they have actually got to have dedicated connections. Ah, that could be a bit of fun, but I think we can solve that. What is this? I never pass. Oops. Thank you, game. Underpass, overpass. Let me just come back to here. I think we'll put another one just here. We'll hook you up. I think what we'll do is use one of these in the center here. Keep it easy. Double causing destruction. We've now got a pipe connection all the way up to here, should then feed all the way through to there. And got you connected up now there. And the next thing we need to do is get power out to here. We know we got power as far as here. I don't think I've got another power takeoff from here. I don't think I've used all the power. We got one power takeoff here. I could use to. That's got power. I know that's got power. You know that pump incident. Just see. You've got power. You've got power. So we're gonna have to. According to this has got a. These will take power. So I think if we drop one in there, put in a road there. Whoops. I think we'll go with medium voltage from here. It'll be quite a long run, but I think I can. Yeah, let me just get that there. And you can run across the back of there. Wow. This place is starting to look a bit. Very long power cable here. That can run all the way to there. So that will power this area. And then what we're going to need is a power supply in here for all this complex in here as well. That one actually. I think. Okay. We've got fire again. What's that? Okay, we've got a silo burning down. Okay. It's all done, all fixed. Okay, oops, over here. So we've now got. Where did I put that in? Absolutely certain I put a substation in here somewhere. I can't find it. You've got that there. You've got that there. Oh, there it is. Right. Take you up there. And what we're going to need to do is get power now down from our power station here. In fact, I'm a bit inclined to put a power distribution splitter, say about here. I think we can do that. Okay, I'm just going to use the mods. Where is it again? Distribution off, not distribution offices. Power substations. No, it's not power substations. Power transformers. I think this is the one I'm looking for. If we put in, say, something a bit like that here. Maybe I angled a little bit that way. And then I think this time we're actually put a gravel road in here. And then what I need is a what we got here. Oh, more fires. Oh, this is going to be a bit more crucial. I think I've got a power problem here. What's going on here? Oh, that's a little bit of a cause for concern. Oh, it's probably because this was on fire, wasn't it? That means that I'm not getting a reverse power feed back into this area here. Probably because my electrical power supply to the track isn't fully connected up here. Because we've only got one side connected at the moment. In fact, he's not working this way. Okay. Let me just... Of course, it's winter now. So many things to think about. What we've got here. Yeah, we've only got the one job again. And of course, there's no point using auto search. We're so far away from the auto search. It's unbelievable. Where are you? I'm gonna get you connected there. How's the fuel in my power station? Looking good. What was I doing now? Oh, yeah, we got this area here. This being built. And I was looking at the power connections. What's it like? And we got a potential power split that way. I think what we can do here is we're gonna have to have a crossing power line coming out to here. Yeah, I think we're just going to come across like that. You down to there. I'll accept you. And then what I'm going to need to do is run a power connection across to... So part of me says if I put a splitter about here, part of me would like to put a splitter about here actually. Just gonna put... If I bring in across the power... The reason I've put a splitter in there is that I may want to put extra power terminals into here. So I think, actually what I'll do is I'll pick off from this point here. We'll come up to about here. And I don't want to run along the coastline because I want to put docks here. So what we're going to have to do is possibly come across to about here. Maybe run into, say, about here. And then, run out about here. That won't connect, will it? Then we'll have to kind of come out like that. And then come in like that. Makes it a little bit messy here. And then I've lost that woman transformer again. I think if I come, I want to keep this as an option. So if I pick up from here, again, we're just going to run up. No, I think I'm going to kind of angle this a little bit as sharp as I can get it. And then we're going to run up through this area here. Where's the... have that power connection there as well. So the idea is eventually we'll bring on all this oil production online, which should then mean I should become almost totally self-sufficient in oil. That leaves this dock, this area here for some docks, and I'm aware that and so things are looking reasonable. Yeah, we've still got population problems here. Now got 1300 over 21s, which is a problem. Food is getting a bit crucial, so I've got a feeling we're going to lose population from this area anyway during the winter, because we don't really have any technical services out here, do I? I need technical services, don't bit of an oversight. Can I get some technical services in up here? Where are you? Technical services. Goodness, this needs flat terrain. Probably get one just in here. I think just gonna you up there. You there. I think we could probably do another one down around here somewhere as well to try and keep the. We can come in here. I get one on this kind of edge here. Nope. There's probably scope to have one just here as well. So let's just get that running. I'll check my nuclear power. Oops, I've got no workers here. Ah, okay. I need buses to here, don't I? All related vehicles. Only got the one bus coming up here. That's nowhere near enough for keep this busy. So I need buses. I don't know if I've got any more buses over here. Loads of vehicles. I'm just going to stop that because it's cancel. We've got more cars and buses and trucks and just know what to need to do with. I'm going to need to have another car sale room here, haven't I? I don't think I've got any buses, so yeah. Wait, back to over here. I think part of the problem I've also got here is I've got lots of workers, but you've got and of course I need a vehicle depot. I don't have a vehicle depot over here, do I? Okay, all over here again. And we're just going to come up. Where are you? And I think this time what we're going to do is buy a nice big bus with lots of passengers on it. $127. I think we'll go big time. We come over here. And probably going to need, okay, load workers. We're going to need educated workers because it's a nuclear power plant. Bring you over here. Yeah, you can see here nuclear power plants need engineers. Hopefully that will get our nuclear power plant up and running properly. This is nicely finished. It's building without power supply. Once this is working, everything here will have a power supply. There's no resources. Got no workers. Missing uranium oxide oil. Here we are. Getting a fairly intermittent supply here. My instinct is another bus stop. Because at the moment we've just got the one small bus station here. I think we're going to put in... I'm going to put a full-size bus platform in on this side, I think. So, put you in as well. Yeah, I should have put a bigger one in here in the first place. I think you can come up to about there. You can come down to about there. No. That's all. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will try and build up our oil industry. Maybe plan some docks down here as well. I think Nuclear City is going to have to get a lot bigger than I was originally planning. But I can't see any option beyond that. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.